Good evening. Welcome. My name is Kimberly Blacrincan. I'm the director here at the Ignite Hub. I'm here with my colleague, Anthony Fiora, our lab coordinator, and we have special guests from our sister program, TechMAP, and this is our info session that we're doing. I want to tell you a little bit about EmpowerTech DMV. We started this last semester as an opportunity to create networking opportunities for professionals either already in the field or entering the tech field or finishing a program of study. One of the key barriers that job seekers find in trying to get their next role is networking and meeting other people, either finding affirmation with somebody else who's having the same journey with you or getting information, or maybe your next job, your next supervisor, manager, or colleague. So that's why we wanted to bring these types of programs to the community so that you have an opportunity to network. We're here at Montgomery College, and tonight's session is about TechMAP, and we're going to learn about the program. How do you get qualified? What is the program all about? And of course, everything at the hub involves food. So we have some refreshments for our in-person guests as well after we finish the presentation. And we also have an opportunity, if you brought your resume, just a quick spot check of your resume and some higher level feedback on, we have our two career navigators here who will be able to give you some insight. I'm not going to hold up the presentation anymore. I just wanted to welcome you, let you know that you're here, and I'm going to turn it over to Kristen, both of you. Okay, I'm passing the mic.
Thank you, Kimberly. Kimberly is the lovely director of this facility that we are in tonight. So much thanks to Kimberly, as well as our good friend Anthony for setting this all up. So when you guys registered, when you saw the flyer, the promotions, the emails, the newsletters, Anthony. So thank you both. So yes, as they mentioned, tonight we're going to do an info session on the TechMAP program, which is a program here at the college. We can go on to the next slide. Okay, so this is our agenda for tonight. So step one, you'll meet the team, which is myself and Cindy. We are two members of a larger team, but tonight we're here, so you'll meet the two of us. We'll talk about the TechMAP program, what it is, why it started, how it's helping students and professionals in the Montgomery County area. We'll go through the TechMAP schedule. So if you are interested in joining the program, what does that look like in terms of the commitment and the hours and time? We'll walk through career navigation planning, which is another plus or bonus of joining the program. If you do so, you get to work with Cindy and myself on job search support, like very one-on-one support, which is awesome. We'll slide into some additional resources in addition to TechMAP. And then lastly, we'll talk about networking and events. So future events that are coming up and future opportunities to meet folks in IT. Next up, I'm going to pass it on over to Cindy for a quick intro.
Thank you, Kristen. And thank you for our host, Ignite Hub, for this lovely event. And I see our attendees here in person. Wanted to say hi to those attending online as well. My name is Cindy Jacobs. So a little bit about me. I've been supporting professionals from early career, mid-career, and even some senior career professionals in their job search and career development support since 2017. A little bit about my background. So I have a graduate degree in education, international education, as well as an MBA. I really enjoy sort of bridging sort of the education to career, and this is kind of the space I'm in. I'm thrilled to join the TechMAP program. I came from University Career Services space at Johns Hopkins University and American University. I had the opportunity to serve as a career coach for master MBA students and undergraduate students as well, interested in business and tech. I also had the opportunity to partner and work with HR professionals, recruiters, hiring managers out there to build partnership. One of the partnership I helped build was the AWS Academy, a partnership with Johns Hopkins University. Again, an opportunity to really help create a talent pipeline, tech pipeline, and also help students get that industry sort of recognized certification, right, and training. Here, so you will get to learn a little bit more about TechMAP specifically, and I'm here to support you in terms of your program experience from start to the end, but specifically your job search support. Hand it over to Kristen.
Awesome. Thank you, Cindy. We're really, really lucky to have Cindy. Seriously, like as you can see from the screen, she has a wealth of knowledge in her career. And then on the next slide is me. So I am Kristen Kenner. I have been a career coach for a little over 6 years now. I like to say that I am like Kristen 2.0 or in career 2.0 because prior to career coaching, I was in marketing for many years, over a decade, over 10 years. I won't age myself with like my graduation years, but I did marketing, corporate marketing, like one of our friends in the room who was in corporate for a long time. And in that role or in those roles, I realized like I wasn't really happy in that career, wasn't fulfilling, it wasn't what I wanted to do long term. So I like to say I career coached myself and I took inventory of the pieces of my job that I did like to turn that into a new career. So I liked mentoring people. I loved when I had junior staff and interns to develop. I liked helping people find other jobs. And I was like, maybe I can make a career out of it. Fast forward, here we are. So that's a little bit of my backstory. Things that I like to do as a career coach, I love to work with non-traditional and or diverse populations. So think of your students who are returning back to school after a couple of years, or your working professional who said, you know what, the career I was in for the last decade is not for me. Or think of your stay-at-home moms who are returning to work now, like any of those sorts of groups. I just love working with them and helping them realize their potential and land fulfilling jobs. So what I do in the TechMAP program, I advise our students, particularly our data students, and I support them in developing their personal brand and how to communicate that to employers. So that looks like what is on your resume, what is on your LinkedIn profile, what is it that you say in your elevator pitch, when you're meeting people at events, how do you present yourself, right? These are all opportunities for branding and networking, and I work with my students to just button that up. So that's me in a nutshell. Then we'll move on to the next slide. So now we're going to transition into what is TechMAP, the reason you guys came today, right? Wanting to learn more about this program. Next slide. So TechMAP is a grant-funded program. So the Department of Labor gave Montgomery College money to host this program here in the county. It is an IT or information technology training program. So if you're interested in all things IT, you're in the right place. So we offer accelerated boot camps for entry to mid-level IT talent so that you can get certified in high demand fields. And so what are those high demand fields? Next slide. Oh, actually, I'm skipping ahead. Before I get into the fields, more on TechMAP. Our instructors and our TAs are some of the best in the business, and I'm not just saying that. Our instructors have over 40 plus years of combined experience, not only just as teachers and educators, but as professionals in the field too. So it's not, oh, I learned this skill or I learned this program and I can teach it to you. It's, I've learned this skill, I've learned this program, I've done it at a job, I've done it in corporate America, I've freelanced, whatever it may be, and now I can teach it to you too. So they have like that real world experience. So I can't say enough good things about our instructors. Next slide. Okay, so now getting into the actual content that we cover in the TechMAP program for those who want those certifications. So on the left, the first certification on the left, CompTIA Security Plus, that certification is valued at $808 to be specific, but via our program, if you were to apply and join, we cover the cost of that for you. And so Security Plus opens you up to careers in cybersecurity. So if you're someone who wants to be in help desk, or someone who wants to be a cybersecurity specialist, or you want to help companies navigate threats or mitigate threats, this is going to be the stamp on your resume to say this person knows what they're talking about. They're well versed in cybersecurity concepts. If I put them in this job, they're going to know what to do. The one here in the middle, CompTIA's Data Plus. Again, valued at $507. Through the program, we cover that cost. But this is for folks who are interested in data analyst sorts of roles. So whether you want to be a business analyst or even like a sales analyst, if you're someone who likes to work with numbers and data and identify trends and make solutions out of them, or say, hey, this data looks this way, but we can make it better by doing this way. If you're a fixer, a solver, this might be a pathway that you're interested in going down. And then our last one is AWS's Solutions Architect Associate. This exam or this career path is for those who are interested in cloud technologies. Now, I don't know if you guys are like super techie, but over the past couple of days, I'll say since like Sunday or Monday, AWS has been down. So do you know how many cloud and solutions architect people have been working right now to get that back up and running?
I would just like to add the Frederick AWS data center is now looking for a new solutions architect. So
Okay.
please apply.
When I tell you this career field is booming, and not to get into, the politics of it all, maybe Amazon shouldn't own the web the way it does, but all of that being said, because they own so much of the web and so many corners and affect so many websites and so many businesses, this is booming right now. So cloud technologies is a very popular field and space to be in right now, very lucrative, very robust. Okay, yes. Yes. Okay. So yes, the note on the screen that you're seeing. So for the folks at home, you should see the note too. So it says these pathways are for certification preparation program enrollees only. We offer a program that is not CPP for short for those who need just maybe like a 1 or 2 day refresher sort of boot camp. These certifications that I'm showing you now are part of our weeks-long pathways, and we'll talk about that in a second. But it's about 6 to 8 weeks or so of training. So you would be in a CPP program, certification prep program for short. And then on the second line, it says for students who are interested, they must apply and be accepted into the program, which I'll talk about in a second too. Okay, so what do these pathways entail, or what do these certifications entail? The Security Plus pathway, I won't read each and every one, but if you were to apply to the program and be accepted, you'll cover Security Plus exam preparation. So what is on the test? What should I be studying for? How long is the test, right? Like an actual exam boot camp, as well as everything you see underneath it. So general security concepts, more understanding of threats, managing vulnerabilities, mitigating them, so on and so forth. In the middle, same thing, data plus exam preparation. So understanding what's on the test, how best to pass it, as well as all of the things you see underneath there. Data concepts, data mining, visualizations. We get into Excel, Power BI, Tableau. What are those platforms? How do you use them? If you're interested in advanced training for those, we offer that too as well through ITI, which I can talk about later. And then lastly, for AWS Solutions Architect Associate, same thing, exam prep, what's on the exam, what should you prepare for, as well as everything you see underneath. So designing secure architectures, high-performing architectures, so on and so forth, AKA how not to crash the internet. Any questions here on that slide while I'm there? Sure does. So we provide any platforms or programs or tools that you need to use, the college will provide that. So you'll have access to them. Great question. Next slide. I'm going to pass it on over to Cindy now to talk about like the specifics of TechMAP in terms of timing, deadlines, if you want to apply, all of that.
Thank you, Kristen. All right, so hope you got excited and are thinking about one of the 3 or several of the 3 pathways. So again, there are security pathway, data, and cloud, AWS cloud. So what is required of you, right, to participate in this basically grant-funded free program, free ID training program for you? We ask that you submit your application deadline. The application is due November 9th. It's on our website. And so beyond your application, what might be sort of the key dates that are important for you to take note of? I guess we'll go down to the key dates. Wanted to share a little bit about what might be involved, right? So someone in person asked about lab work. Yes, the TechMAP program, the CPP program, is an intensive bootcamp training for your certification. So it requires about 10 hours of in-class time. So there are 3 hours on 2 weeknights. So it could be Monday, Wednesday from 6 to 9, and plus on Saturdays for your lab exercise in person. So on the weeknights, let's say Monday, Wednesday, those are through Zoom, live instruction through Zoom. For those that are working full-time, certainly that's the flexibility that you need to be able to learn, virtually. On the weekends, though, you will come to either Rockville or Germantown campus for 4 hours. So from 9 o'clock to about 1 o'clock. And those are focused on the lab component of your tech training. All right. So with that in mind, right? So thinking about sort of your commitment and thinking about sort of your availability. Again, we found that in terms of boot camp training, the hybrid mode of being able to have the flexibility of Zoom classes at the same time, also being able to meet with your classmates and instructors and TA in person are really valuable in accelerating that training and learning. I would pause here for any questions about the hours of in-class training in terms of modality. Yes. So one more, the in-person training is on Saturdays. Those are lab work, lab component of the training, and that is in the morning from 9 to early afternoon, 1 p.m. on Saturdays. And those on the weeknights are either Monday, Wednesday, or Tuesday. Monday, Wednesday, or Tuesday, Thursday. Okay. Yeah.
And Cindy, what times are they? Monday through Wednesdays and Thursdays?
6 to 9.
Okay.
So if you add it all up, 3 hours times 2 plus 4 hours on Saturday, that's 10 hours of lots of learning, per week. And the course is about 6 weeks long. And
excuse me, which branch is in person? Which branch is at the class starts in which campus?
say that again. What was the question?
Which campus is the class start? The class.
I
The
think she
training,
said which campus. The
Oh, which
the-
campus,
campus?
Rockville,
Great
German.
question. All right. So usually we host those in-person component either in Rockville. So for those that are in person, attending this info session in person, we have hosted our Saturday labs here in this building in Rockville. Of course, really depending on room reservation, right? So we also have classes in Germantown as well, Germantown campus. So it's a little bit of TBD, but we should know soon. All right, great question.
Yeah, excuse me.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the courses, is it free? Because I don't know these things. I'm interested. And I get
Yes.
this money from my class. I'm in GED class. I almost finishing my courses. I'm doing the last subject. That's why I wanna go for the next step for this IT program. When I
Okay,
see,
so
yeah.
thank you for your question. I hear 2 questions, one in person and the other online. So I will get the ones in person, answer the ones in person first. So your questions about how to qualify, correct?
Yeah.
We'll talk about, yes, qualification. So given that it's a very intensive program, our data have shown that our students who have some fundamental tech knowledge or experience about 2 years or so are really great fit for the TechMAP program. Okay, and to answer the questions online, whether this program is free or not, yes, it is free because it's funded by U.S. Department of Labor. The goal for for this grant is really to upskill the workforce in the DMV area, right? So we are doing that. And we are also, in addition to providing free training, your certification, right? Kristen showed you the cost of various certifications are available to you for free as well. Did I answer their question? No? Yes? Okay, great. All right, so that's the application component. So on the application, you will be asked to submit a copy of your resume. So absolutely, complete your application thoroughly and also include a copy of your resume. And once the application is closed, our team will review all the applications, giving us time to invite those qualified applicants back in person for an in-person assessment, if that makes sense. So the part of the application selection process involve an in-person tech fundamental assessment. The assessment should take no more than 30 minutes. It is in person only. You will get an invitation and also a couple of days to choose from. So the in-person assessment will take place the week of December 1st. And you do not need to study for those assessments. Come as you are. For those of you that have, again, the fundamental tech knowledge, you should all be fine. You do not need to study. You do not need to prepare. And again, it should only take about 30 minutes or so to complete. Although you're given a whole hour to finish the assessment if you needed to, but a lot of our students or the applicants finish in about 30 minutes or so. So once you complete the assessment, again, that is another layer of application process. Then you will get, you'll hear from the team if you are invited to the TechMAP program. The TechMAP program for the Spring 1 cohort starts February 1st and goes all the way to May 11th. So any questions about program duration? I'm sorry? February 7th, yes, February 7th. And so that from February 7th to May 11th, it includes 6 weeks or so of the content training. In addition to that, you will have 3 weeks of just certification preparation. So, which is amazing because this is something new that we have implemented based on past participants' feedback. They are asking, the one of recommendation is that having us adding the CERT preparation component after the training would be very valuable. And we heard them and we are implementing the CERT prep sessions after the training. And as part of this program, you are provided with career support. So we will put students through career navigation learning modules. It's self-directed learning modules with various topics we could cover in the next slide. And you are asked, right, to complete those modules as part of the requirement of TechMAP. The career navigation component are due a month after the program duration. And you are also asked to work on and study, prepare and study for your certification. You're given about 2 months to complete your exam, whether you're taking Data Plus, Security Plus, or AWS solution, okay? Finally, certainly we are also helping you setting a goal on your employment. So for those of you who are searching for employment, new employment, or potentially, let's say internal transfer, we also help you set a goal of for this cohort September 30th to work toward that goal. Again, some of these are soft deadline, so such as employment and certification, of course, around by July 11th or around July 11th. Questions about the expectation, the timeline? No? Spots, seats? What would you say, Kristen? I would say 25 or
5 slots. So for our data, there's 25 in data. For security, there's 25 in security. For cloud, there's 25 in cloud. And we typically run 2 cohorts each semester. So right now we have fall 1 and fall 2. Those are obviously full, so we have spring coming up, but we'll have spring 1 and spring 2. So same thing. Spring 1 is 75 students across the 3 cohorts. Spring 2, 75 students across the 3 cohorts.
Say that again. What's your question? The provider?
About the selection, the candidate, which is the provider you
Oh, so like the
Criteria.
criteria.
Oh, okay.
Great question. So there was a question about criteria. I'll come over here so the camera can see. Okay, so yes, so as Cindy said, we're looking for folks who ideally have 1 to 2 years of quote unquote foundational IT experience. What's foundational IT experience? What's the criteria? Maybe you have taken an IT class at school. Maybe you have your associates or certification or something like that from school. Maybe you used to work in IT as a working professional. Maybe you're someone who is just self-taught. You took some LinkedIn learning classes, you've been on Coursera, you read a couple books, you watch YouTube videos, you know, you have the basics. Maybe you're someone who volunteers. We've had some students who volunteer at like schools to help students learn, you know, computer concepts or helping the elderly learn computer concepts, things like that. All of that counts as foundational IT experience. So don't think, oh my God, I don't have a job in IT, I won't qualify. That's the point of this program, actually, to help you get a job in IT. So it's okay if you're not an IT professional today, but so long as we're able to say, hey, Michael, what's a firewall? And you can give me the basics and tell me what a firewall is, that's foundational knowledge. Or if I say, trying to think of another good question. What do you use Excel for? And you can tell me what sort of system Excel is for. It's a database. You clean data in it, you analyze it, whatever it may be. So long as you have those concepts down pat, you're someone who could qualify for this program. The only reason we ask for that is because the program is obviously fast-paced. As you can see, it's just a couple of weeks long. So the more that you know in the beginning, the more likely you are able to keep up. Ideally, the goal is to pass, right? The goal is to pass not only the program, but to take that certification exam, pass it, put it on the resume, ship it out there for jobs and employers to see. And so the only way that, well, I won't say the only way, but one of the best ways that people can pass is to at least just have some basic knowledge of IT. That way, when you join the program, you're able to keep up. A great question. Did that help? Did that answer your question? Go ahead.
Well, I suppose that the days that we need to come, there is a sure that they give us the class, right? When we take the class from the web, is pre-recorded or?
Another great question. So the question for the folks on Zoom was, are the classes pre-recorded? So no, each class is live. You will literally have a live, the way we're live talking now, you'll have a live instructor on your Tuesdays and Thursdays on Zoom, and then a live instructor on in class on Saturday. Same instructor, same person for all of the classes, but they will be there live with you. And there are TAs, so teaching assistants in the class as well. So let's say for whatever reason, your professor's bringing up a concept and you're like, I just don't get it, I don't understand. There are teaching assistants who have actually been through the program themselves that can help too. There's a question in the back. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You sure can. So if there's room, yeah. Yep, if there's room. So let's say you're like, I want to apply for data, but for whatever reason, data's booked up, right? I'm just making it up. And you're like, you know what? Okay, I can't fit in the data class. I'm interested in cybersecurity. Can I roll over to cybersecurity if there's space? Sure. Yes, so there's one choice on the application, but we'll let you know, like, hey, that class is full. What do you want to do? Do you want to wait till the next cohort? Do you want to roll into another class? Yeah. Yes, so the question was, if I'm attending in person on Saturday, do I still have to do the Zoom? It's that whole week of class. So you'll go to class Tuesday night on Zoom, Thursday night on Zoom, Saturday in person. Next week, Tuesday night on Zoom, Thursday night on Zoom, right all from February 7th through May 11th. Mm-hmm. You'll be busy bees, but for a good reason. What other questions? These are great questions. There might be some in the chat, but I guess let's keep on chugging along. If there are no other questions on this slide, we'll keep on chugging along and then do the questions at the end. Okay, passing it back to Cindy.
All right, I love all the great questions. Something came up, but definitely if there are more questions, we'll answer those at the end as well. So no worries. Just some pictures, right, to show you. These are our summer cohorts, summer graduates. We had 3 cohorts this last summer. This last weekend, last Saturday, we just welcomed 3 cohorts of TechMAP students. Um, they started, yes, so that's fall 2 that that joined just last weekend. So these are, again, you can see, again, very diverse group of students, various background, ages, for example, skills and experience. I would have to tell you, they really feel so proud, right, of holding that certification at the end of the program. Again, because you should all feel very proud having to, work through those intensive 10-hour week bootcamp training. It's a lot, and they should feel very proud. And many of these are already have earned their certification. You could probably check out our LinkedIn page. Many of them, proudly share their certification online on LinkedIn, tagging TechMAP. And so definitely check them out. And any questions? I think how many students we have already that's gone through TechMAP, Kristen?
Students for each cohort. We do about 6 to 8 cohorts a year. We're in year 4. We've got hundreds of students.
Yeah, I would say, yeah, several hundreds, at least, I guess, 300 plus. All right. So if we could go to the next slide. All right. I feel like now it's a good time, I think, just to hear from one of our feature students. You will be able to not just hear from Maxime, you might hear from Alexandra and Alex. by visiting our website. They all have very unique story. Here, Maxim, he is one of our TechMAP cybersecurity students. And he's also a recent U.S. immigrant from Benin. And he is one of our seasoned IT professional. He has worked in IT in about 20 years. However, being in this sort of, job environment, and being a new immigrant, he had been having hard time getting back into IT. So he worked part-time for senior care, providing more of manual services. At the same time, he really has the resilience and the grit of exploring and continuing upskilling, right? So here you will be able to hear from him directly. What he shared in the video are all in his own words. There's no script. It's him telling his story, sharing his experience, and a little bit about sort of where he is now. All right.
I'm Maxime Philippe Gangbe, originally from Benin. I moved to the US 2 years ago on a special immigrant visa. I have served the US government overseas for several decades, primarily work with the US government's diplomats, mainly for the Department of State at the US Embassy in Cotonou, Benin. In my recent role, I work on a temporary basis for some IT support, but mainly on providing other non-IT services. I learned about this free IT training provided by Montgomery College Information Institute TechMAP program from Edmond Fotso. He is my friend and one of the instructors for this program. Even though I have over 20 plus years of IT experience, he encouraged me to take the course. I decided to go for it as a refresher, and I saw it as a great opportunity to enhance my skills and knowledge. The highlight of TechMAP is the structure, curriculum, expert-led sections, and hand-on projects. It helped me sharpen my skills and build confidence in the latest IT and cybersecurity tools and methodologies. My peers provided constant encouragement. The instructors are well organized in their teaching, and the staff offered the opportunity for all the support I needed along the way. When I first arrived in the US, I struggled to find opportunities in my field. I ended up working part-time or on-call jobs outside my expertise, including as a senior caregiver. Though my hard work and dedication and TechMAP training, I successfully transitioned into a full-time IT role, now working as a U.S. federal IT contractor. As a new immigrant, I have been able to successfully pivot back into my professional career path and rebuild my expertise in IT. Though the road is very tough, my passion and effort lead me today to this stage. I highly recommend TechMAP training to anyone who wants to upskill and refresh their IT skills.
All right. And you get to, again, hear two other stories on our website. Of course, you can also look up what student posted on LinkedIn, where they are now. So definitely take a look and, maybe even reach out, right, to these former students on LinkedIn if you like to learn a little bit more about their experience. All right, so we talk a little bit about sort of the tech training component of TechMAP. Now let's take a look at career navigation. So with this U.S. Department of Labor funding, right? Really the goal is for, the program participant to be able to transition, upskill, and even pivot into IT career or advancing in their IT field. And so we have provided a very tailored career navigation support, as you can see, from goal setting all the way to job search, employment support, interview preparation, as well as salary negotiation. I remember, I guess, in terms of negotiation, I remember helping Maxime when he was negotiating some of the details of his work arrangement, including just even the starting time. We were able to just, coach him on the languages that he might even use to talk to HRs on his job offer, right? So there's a wide range of services. Earlier, Kristen talked about how we are here to help you tell your story. We have worked with a large number of diverse students. So each one has this very unique story to tell. I will use one of the students I work with as an example. So this student spoke 3 different languages. His background, he studied international relations, and now he worked at supply chain operation company. And he studied the cybersecurity pathway with TechMAP. So he was, of course, a little bit unsure and self-conscious about how do I sort of show up as a cybersecurity professional, right? So someone that has global international experience, someone that has studied international relations, someone that might not be very technical, but has that supply chain knowledge. What would you advise, right? Someone, when this person is studying cybersecurity and interested in advancing cybersecurity. As it turned out, he has a lot to offer, right? Think about this. Cybersecurity, the need for cybersecurity and the cybersecurity, there's really no boundaries. And similarly with supply chain, there's a huge need in cybersecurity, in security and compliance to protect the supply chain and the global trades, right? So being able to really speak about how he can link all of these 3 areas together makes him a really unique and indispensable professional in the area of GRC, so governance, regulations, and compliance space. So with that conversation, he now really honed in on the GRC space, where his skills in international relations, language skills, and supply chain management, coupled with his cybersecurity, could be a good fit for him. So again, this is just an example of the kind of tailored support that we provide for you. As mentioned earlier, we do use this learning management system called Canvas with lots of modules, self-directed modules for you to pace yourself. You will be able to find, for example, resume templates where you will be able to quickly build your resume. You'll be able to find modules how you would be able to build your portfolio from your weekly lab works. So, and we are also available for you for one-on-one coaching appointments, in addition to self-directed career preparation. Any questions about the career navigation support? All right. Resources.
Thank you, Cindy. I'm back up. So, okay, let's say you're like gung-ho, I want to join the TechMAP program. Great, you're welcome to apply. But if you're like, maybe it's not for me right now, I want to upskill first, I want to learn more first, or just other things I want to do, that's fine too. On the left-hand side, the orange side where it says LinkedIn Learning, these two resources that we provided here, and we can of course provide these slides after where it's linked, but these two resources are actual resources we use in our program. So just by way of being a Montgomery County resident, you have access to the Montgomery County Public Library. And guess what the Montgomery Public Library gives you access to? LinkedIn Learning. You pay $0 for LinkedIn Learning if you have a Montgomery County Public Library card. So tomorrow we're all going to go to the library, get ourselves a library card, get free access to LinkedIn Learning, take these exam prep courses because our instructors recommend them to our students to pass their exam. And this is available to you as well. So whether you're in the TechMAP program or not, these are the exact exam prep courses we use. Highly recommend taking those and taking advantage of free resources because who doesn't love free? And then on the right, on the purple side, Montgomery College also has the Information Technology Institute. So lots of names, lots of acronyms, right? We're in the Ignite Hub. There's the IT Institute. There's a TechMAP program, but we're all sisters and brothers and related. So again, let's say for whatever reason, TechMAP is not for you right now, or you want to do something else. We offer a host of other boot camps and classes as well through ITI. Now, I will be frank, ITI is paid, so you will have to pay, but it's a public college, so it's not crazy, but you will have to pay for these programs. So if you wanted to do cloud technologies, cybersecurity, or data through them and not through TechMAP, totally fine. And they also offer classes just on computer networking. There's web design, there's AI, and like prompt engineering. They offer a host of classes, a little bit more than we do, right? We have our 3 pathways, they have a ton. So once you guys get the links to this slide, you'll be able to click on there and see too. Because maybe you're like, out of those 3 pathways, none are really tickling my fancy. Maybe something through ITI is tickling your fancy. Okay, and last up is networking and events. Cindy is a wonder at finding events in the DMV area, so I'm going to let her chat through these events that she put on the slide.
Thank you. Before we go into the events, I wanted to share with you that by becoming a TechMAP participant, you have access to all the resources Montgomery College has to offer. So Montgomery College, for those that maybe decided to study cybersecurity, the Security Plus pathway, we have a state-of-the-art, actually 2 state-of-the-art cybersecurity lab that was designated National Center of Excellence of, I don't have the full name correct, but yes, National Center of Excellence of Cyber Defense Academy kind of designation. What that means is, again, means that our instructions, our facilities and resources are really well designed for students. So with that said, so there are, in addition to technologies, resources such as cybersecurity lab, there are also, of course, you will have access to Montgomery College libraries, career support, mobile markets, and many other resources that waiting for you to explore, including events, right? So I have listed of course, our lovely Ignite Hub events that are open and available for you. I know that you can see the top right corner, Navigating DMV Tech Job Market Workshop Series that's coming up. Good news and bad news for you. Good news is this event is happening soon. The bad news is they have sold out all the tickets. And so very, very popular. However, they, please check back into Ignite Hub. They are likely to host the same workshop series again. Oh, you wanted to say something, Kimberly? Yes.
I was just asking my wonderful colleague if he could pull up the QR code so you can join our distribution list, our newsletter, so that you can always be up to date on everything that's happening at the hub, which is free.
All right, and of course, don't be too down about missing out on the navigation of DMV tech job market, because it's November 3rd. There's a fireside chat at the hub for another events, all roads to a tech career for those that are not, for non-technical roles, November 3rd. On the left-hand side, you can see you do not need to study or prepare for your certification alone. At Montgomery College, there are study groups, there are tutorings. Of course, we also have the TA to support you. So these are just examples of the various resources that are available for you and supporting your study. Finally, I wanted to bring it to your attention, mark your calendar, November 13th in Virginia, Reston, Virginia. There is the Tech Job Fair. This is hosted by Women in Technology. I have attended one of those fairs several years ago. It is huge, over 100 employers, from big tech to local startups. Definitely highly, highly recommended. It's also free for job seekers. You might want to even register early and submit a copy of your resume, because from working with recruiters, I know they like to take a peek at who will be attending, and they might even reach out to you early, or even remember your name when you approach the fair table, and they'll be very excited to meet you. So definitely prepare and get ready for that job fair as well. So imagine that you have attended a couple of the events at the hub, and get you ready for that job fair in the middle of November. Any questions about what might be available to you? Again, these are just a sample of so many events that's available for you. Being in person today, for example, right, really showcase your opportunity to network, and there's so much more around the town. Yeah, we will. All righty. I think that's sort of conclude our session, our info session today. Any questions about TechMAP, about the kind of support and resources you will receive? We also have our lovely Ignite Hub colleagues here to answer questions about the hub too. Thank you.
Thank you, Cindy. Thank you, Kristen. I can give a little plug about the Ignite Hub. We're brand new. We're 3 years old, so I still count that as brand new. All of our programming is free. That some of the things that you saw, we have a guest speaker series every month, fireside chat. We have people come in and talk about their career journey. How did they get to where they are? It's meant to be informal and it's networking. As you can see here in the Ignite Hub, it's intimate, so you have an opportunity to talk with the guest speakers. We also have the Future of Tech Lunch and Learn. That's a little bit different. We learn about types of cutting edge technology. So my favorite so far, last week we had the future of space. So we heard about all kinds of opportunities in the field of space, whether it's the scientists or, hey, they need lawyers because we need to decide who can do what up in space, right? So topics like that, we really try to find innovative guest speakers who can reach the entire community. Those are free and there's always food. So fireside chat, we have a community dinner, Future of Tech Lunch and Learn, we have lunch as well. We also have, oh, I'm sorry. Oh, yes. It's a deal breaker for some people, right? We have to eat. And not only is it a necessity and something that a lot of us are facing in our communities, food insecurity, it's also great networking, right? We build relationships over food. We've been doing it for thousands of years. So we continue that here at the Ignite Hub. We also have high-tech learning. So we have had a summer camp for middle school students who learn coding in the summertime. We do boot camps. We're getting ready to do an Internet of Things lab. So we're going to have Raspberry Pi here, and we're going to have an instructor do a hands-on 3-hour lab here in the space. We have careers, which is pretty much what we've been talking about. So we have free career coaching as well. We have a monthly workshop. And yes, and Jonathan Corrales, who's going to do our 4-part series. And then for business and entrepreneurship, we invite community members that have businesses or organizations that support small businesses come in and provide their services here, and our flagship program. So if you have a small business and you've been running it for 3 to 5 years, we have the Brand Accelerator. 6 weeks, you learn about marketing, using your brand, your company, you create logos, and then there's a pitch contest at the end. We have judges, and guess what? What do we have? It's here at the Hub. Food. We have food. So we have a networking reception as well. So that's just a sample of some of the things that we do. Please join our mailing list. I've heard from our followers that even if they can't come, they pass it on to somebody else, right? I have a good friend who says knowledge and love are free. So you can pass it on to people in your community or in your family or in other places as well. Oh, yes, absolutely. And maybe that's why you're here tonight. Somebody forwarded to you and you wanted to learn more. So that's just a bit, big overview of the Ignite Hub. Anthony and I are here to answer any questions that you have. You can go to our website. You can sign up anytime on our programs on our events page. I think that's it. I'm happy to thank you to did our online guest leave?
No, there's
okay. So wanted to shout out. Thank you. I don't know where the camera's over there. Thanks for attending tonight. Thank you for our in-person guests. You have choices about where to spend your time, right? And you chose to be here. So we're so grateful for that. I wish you a great evening. I hope that you will sign up for TechMAP and take advantage of that free opportunity. So with that, I will close out our in-person guests. We have some sandwiches over across the hall, so we'll escort you over there, and hopefully you'll do some networking. Cindy and Kristen are here. Oh, thank you. Yes, let's give them a hand. Thank you. If you have your resume, you want some spot, just have them take a quick look at it, give you some feedback. One person is going to stay